Okay, now the last part of this process would be to administer this to your class. So what you see here, I have two screens up. This one over here is the teacher screen. This is where we ended up last time. And you can see here we've got the quiz that was created. The screen over here on the right is the student page. There's a little different address that they would go to. It is a quick link on the LLCSD student technology page so that your students can use that. But I'll also put the link above here so that you know exactly where to send your students if you need to. So here's how this works. So from the teacher side, you would take your quiz that you have created, and we're going to click play. When I click play, it is going to say that it is loading here. And do we want this as a team or do we want this as a one-to-one? Most of us are in one-to-one situations with our Chromebooks, so we're going to click Classic. And what it's going to do is it's going to connect and it's going to give us a game pin. Now what the students would do is take this game pin. This would be displayed by you as the teacher, preferably on the projector. And then the student end, they would enter that game pin. So 5033621. Now you probably hear some music in the background. It does do this as a way to just kind of lighten the mood, I guess. So your students would enter that game code. They would hit enter. And then from here they would enter their nickname. I would encourage you to only allow their names, and you'll see an easy way that you can kind of administer that, and you'll see that here in a second. So as a student, I'm going to hit OK, go. It says that I am in, and you can see here on the teacher page, it does say that I am in. Now I'm going to go full screen here so you can see the teacher side. It does say naughty nicknames beware. You can exit these out. So right there, let's say Roger put a naughty name. I can exit those out, and then it kicks the player out. And if I was to go back here, you'll notice that I'm no longer in the game. So let me get back in this game. And I'm going to enter the game. And let's say your instructions were to put the first and last name. Okay, go. And you'll see there it is. I'm popped up again. And again, if you want to clear that student out, you just click on them and it'll get rid of them. So now from here, I'm going to, let's assume you've got everybody in your class signed up here. I'm going to click Start, and it's going to give me the questions here. Now the student side, this is what the teacher would project. Okay, it's going to say what is 739 rounded to the nearest tens, and what it's going to do is give the students two options here. So either the triangle or the diamond shape here. With the answers. Now I'm going to go small here. The students are only going to see those two things. So rounded to the nearest tens place, I'm going to click there, and it gives me immediate feedback. I've got 1 and I've got 541 points. It will let the students know where they're at. So there's that ranking system again based on points. It will also on your screen give you an idea, if you had more students, how many answered correctly and incorrectly. It kind of gives you an itemized breakdown of each question. Okay, now you'll notice I have not gone on to the second question next. This is more of a teacher-controlled atmosphere, so I'm going to click Next here, and it's going to give me my scoreboard. And when I click Next again, it's going to give me my next question. So what is 100 plus 60 plus 5? Again, there are my answer choices. So 165, 705. Let's answer incorrectly on this one just so you can see what happens here. On the student screen, I'm going to answer, incorrect, answer streak was lost. It does still say I'm in first place, and again, on the teacher end, there's that itemized breakdown. Now from here, after I hit next, it's going to give me my top scores. I can get results. You will notice that on this student page, it lets them know how they're doing. Now two things you see on here. One, this is a response thing for the students. So the students at this time can actually go through and rate this Kahoot. So how did they feel about this? Let's say they give it a 4. It'll ask them, did they learn something? And do they recommend it? And to continue, tell us how you feel. It's kind of a great way to just gauge where your students are at in terms of confidence level at this time. So let's say I'm happy with where I'm at, and then what it will do is give you immediate feedback based on your the Kahoot that you just administered. Then I'm going to click on some final results here. It's going to give me all the rankings. You'll notice it does not share this with the students. So if at this time you do not want to show this to the students, this would be the time you remove this portion from the projector. At this point, that's it. So I'm going to hit Save Results. I can download them or save them to the drive. It'll actually give you a little report. And so let's save this to the drive, just so you can see what's going on here. We're going to click Save. It's going to do your Google, just asking for permissions. I'm going to hit Save. And at that point, my results are saved. Okay, you'll notice here the game has ended. So on the student screen, it goes back to the game pin. There is nothing else that they can do. And you have just administered your first Kahoot quiz.